First things first, if you're just getting into the sport, make sure you keep watching for the ultimate recommendation in terms of prices, sizing, and of course, style. First thing I want to mention, there are two types of gloves, boxing and Muay Thai. What are the differences here? One major difference is wrist protection. For boxing gloves, one of the main focuses would be the wrist protection because it's boxing, you punch a lot. And the boxing gloves also have their padding right around the knuckles because, well, all you do is punch. So your wrists and knuckles always have tension. Therefore, that's the most protected in boxing. So yes, now can you use boxing gloves in Muay Thai? Absolutely. Speaking of Muay Thai gloves are a little bit different. We got right here a super bulky Muay Thai glove, very typical. These are your cows, and look at this. Look how I bend my wrist. 1, 2, 3. The reason for that is clinch control. Clinch control is very important in Muay Thai. When you go into that clinch, you grab your opponent's neck down towards you to control your opponent. So then, it's very important that you have some wrist mobility or else you won't be able to fully grab that neck. The Muay Thai gloves are a lot blockier everywhere because you're blocking knees, you're blocking kicks, you're blocking elbows. You're not just worried about punches. Another thing too would be the hands control. You see this right here? I can move it. Again, for clinch purposes, you can open up your hand like this. You can go on a long guard with your open palm. So those are the main key difference between the gloves. Now, first suggestion is do not get this pair of gloves. No. Personally, I wouldn't get them because number one, they're cheaply made and they don't give you enough protection, especially if you're just starting. If you're just starting, sometimes you don't turn your shoulder properly or you don't turn on that hook properly and then you end up ruining your wrist. It doesn't only happen with beginners, it happens with the pros, it happens with intermediate, it happens with advanced. That's why protection is very important. Also, the right padding. If you buy cheap pairs of gloves, you're not gonna get the best padding. And if you already own these gloves, I highly recommend doing your best to get another solid pair of gloves to prevent injuries, especially if you're a hard hitter. And personally, I would rather spend that extra $40 instead of getting a super cheap pair because the protection of your wrist and your knuckles is more important than those extra 40 bucks. Because if you end up hurting yourself, there's no telling on how long you'll be out for. You're just starting the sport and now you're out already. So it's very important to invest in a solid equipment. So my first recommendation would be these Venom Elite gloves. They have decent wrist protection. These gloves are made in Thailand. These are kind of what I would call a hybrid glove. And I'm saying hybrid because there's enough wrist movement here, but there's also a good amount of protection. So definitely a bang for your buck. On Amazon, these goes from $52 to $158. Solid quality. I highly recommend them for people who are just starting out. Also, I would give you the link to these recommendations under my description. So if you're interested in any of them, they're available on Amazon. Link in the description. Don't forget. Before we get to the next one, make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and I truly appreciate it. Second recommendation, these are more on the pricier side and these are called the Hayabusa T3. This one would be the basic one. This one would be the leather one, and they also have the Marvel edition right here. They all do the same thing. These are straight up boxing gloves. And what makes them unique is the double strap. You see this? You have the first Velcro right here and then you have the second Velcro right here. I don't think your wrist will break if you have these on. These are the best in terms of wrist protection, and also they have the perfect padding and they just look cool. The designs are nice. You have so many options to pick from. These are probably the cheapest ones in the middle, and the Marvel one would be the highest in price because they're extra. Look at that. We are Venom. Personally, I would not recommend them as your first pair. If you already got these Venoms right here and you want a second pair and you like wrist protection, I would go with the Hayabusas. They're awesome. One of the downside would be the air not being able to go inside here. So if you don't air it out right away, sometimes it even takes a couple of days depending on how sweaty you get. Yes, even with hand wraps. So I would personally recommend wearing this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, break. Next up, we're going pure Muay Thai. I got these yokaos right here. Let me put them on for you. These ones right here are 14 ounces. This is what the 14 ounce, even with the 14 ounces, still looks big because yokao is very bulky and fast. Nothing wrong with that, but these should be, in my opinion, the ultimate Muay Thai glove. Look at that. I can bend my wrist just like this. They're very colorful too. Yokao is very stylish. In my opinion, this is the most stylish Muay Thai brand ever. There are other brands that are built just like this. Wrist mobility and a lot less bulky would be Fairtex. I've tried on Fairtex before and they feel just like these, just a little bit less bulky on the outside. Another thing that's similar to Fairtex would be Twins. Again, I've only worn them once and also recommend them in terms of Muay Thai. It really is totally up to you. Some Fairtex gloves have fancy designs as well, but in general, Fairtex and Twins are very classic. So they come in usually like red, yellow, white, black, and blue. Highly recommend them. Also, if you do decide to go with your account, make sure you use my code PAINTED to get that discount. My next recommendation would be the Top King. Personally, I only got them because of the design. I'll wear these depending on what we're working on for the day. Yes, Top King is made in Thailand, and I thought these were Muay Thai gloves, but in my opinion, these are more boxing gloves than Muay Thai gloves. Yes, they are huge, just like a Muay Thai glove, but a lot of the padding is in the front, and also I can barely move my wrist here. Like right now, I'm feeling tension on my forearm just from trying to move it. That's how tight the wrist protection is. So yeah, if you're into the wrist protection and you don't want it to stink like the Hayabusa, then definitely Top King would be the perfect choice for you. Last but not least, these are the ultimate boxing gloves out there. These are the winning gloves. So if you're into boxing gloves and you really want to invest in a pair and you're willing to spend $450, then I highly recommend the winning gloves. One thing that I was surprised about this is the wrist protection. So you can move your wrist, there's wrist mobility here. One thing I like about the winning gloves is you don't have to break them in. As soon as you put them on, it feels like they're already broken in. So let me know in the comments below which gloves you would get for you personally, and if you already own them, let me know how they feel. Now for some bonus content, I got you guys. For the folks that are just starting, I got some shin guard recommendation for you right here. Again, we're going for the cheapest one. I have the Venom shin guards to match my gloves. I like the way these fit, even though the strap doesn't have a loop. Highly recommend them. Again, if you're on a budget, they protect your wrist enough and they're lightweight. So it almost feels like you don't have shin guards on. Also, it's not random. There's like a right side and a left side. So you know which side to put them on. Second recommendation would be a Yokao. They're very stylish. Look at these colors. They're freaking shiny and bright. Another thing is, they're single straps, so just like the Venom, they can kind of move around you, and I'm not really a fan of that. But then again, I got these for the design, I got these for the colors. Solid protection, they just keep moving around. So it's totally up to you if you prefer design over comfort. But yes, I like these too. Oh, they run big as well, so be careful. Next up, the Hayabusa ones. They're very expensive for their padding. These don't have enough padding in my opinion, but yes, they have a loop that will prevent it from turning. So very solid. It's just there's not enough padding here, but they're definitely lightweight. So if that's what's for you, if you like lightweight with not much padding, here they are. Next up, we got the Fairtex. Look at these. Beautiful, heavier side, but man, so much protection all around your wrist, and these are also long enough. Solid ones, would recommend. And last but not least, I got these Top Kings right here. Just like the Fairtex, forgot to mention, that's also double looped, and this one is definitely double looped. Twins also have good shin guards, fit just like these ones right here. Very solid padding, double loop, they don't move around, and foot pad amazing as well. So those are my recommendations. Let me know which ones you guys like the best. Any comments, concerns, let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you like this content, make sure you like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. I'm out. Peace. Ooh-wee.